Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nona Jiha binti Zikifli. My metric number is 265191. Okay, so in this video, I would like to present about my individual assignment. The issues that I choose for my individual assignment is the discrimination of gender in the work. Discrimination of gender is always happening in the workplace, especially in a company or organization. Discrimination always happens towards the human, and it is one of unethical issues that happen in a business. The involvement of human in the labor sector is increasing every year as time goes on, and their role begin to change. According to statistics from the Department of Statistics of Malaysia, the participation of human in the labor force increasing from 55.1% in January 2018 to 56% in November 2019. In the past, perception of human has only played a role in household affairs, as a housewife who's only taken care of the needs of husband or their children. But now, the perception of human is starting to evolve because today, many women began their career and become working women. The improvement in women's career is therefore the outcome of the impact of diversity in the workplace. What is the diversity in the workplace? Diversity in the workplace is the comparison between individual and organization. I will explain about the discrimination. What is the discrimination? Discrimination can be defined as one behavior that excludes, discriminate, or restrict behavior directed an individual or community on the basis of particular characteristics such as races, color, physical body shape, sex, ethnicity, religion, or social status in order to minimize or remove resources from the person or group. The gender discrimination is always happening in the workplace by the employers to employee or from the community in the organization itself. According to Morrow, gender discrimination can be defined in a variety of ways, but is most commonly identified as making decisions based on atheistic or uncreative perception of one's sex of sex. First, discrimination can be analyzed and recognized in any decision related to wages, termination, hiring, leave, promotion, and benefit. Study conducted by Massey and Abraham found that the higher the number of participants associated with hostile sexism, the more likely accurate to suggest a male candidate be appointed as a manager compared to a female candidate. So, there are several acts in order to protect the woman from being discriminated. For example, in United States, the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1963 Equal Pay Act providing the legal foundation for the implementation on anti-discrimination law within the discrimination against women is often known with the term of glass ceiling. It is one metaphor in describing the inequality of women and men in social class or occupation. Normally, the term of glass ceiling refers to the unseen yet unreachable barriers that restrain women from rising the upper step of the corporate ladder regardless of their qualification or attainments. Accordingly, shows that females were discriminated more than male in private organizations, especially in private sector than in public sector, and it is giving impacts to the employees on commitment, their motivation, enthusiasm, and their stress level toward the task. Next, I will continue for the part of discussion. In this part, I was explaining about three main components, which is the definition of discrimination, especially towards women. Second, the factor of discrimination on gender in the workplace. And third, the impact of discrimination on gender in the workplace, basically against the woman. Okay, so I will explain about the definition of discrimination. Discrimination can be defined as an unfair and biased treatment of an individual due to a significant differences. The issues of discrimination is a serious and often occurred in a company or organization. In Malaysia, issues of discrimination against women in the workplace is a serious issue as well as being a court cases and getting supervision from authority by improving the existing punishment and the regulation. The most common form of discrimination that we can see is related on wages rate, promotion opportunity, unconducive workplace condition, selection of female recruiter, and differences in work order and the sexual harassment. Because of the discrimination happen, this had opened the eyes of many feminists in uprising to defend right and justice in the issues of inequality for women with the establishment of several special organizations that fighting for women's rights. For example, in my case, I put the cases involving the gender discrimination in the workplace. In Malaysia is the oppression or unfair treatment of Muslim women who are prohibiting from wearing hijab, especially in the hospitality sector. Mostly this happen because the hotel sector has a discriminate towards women working in this sector through the way they dress. The reason is regarding the employer's own perception that the way clothing is closely related and influence the acceptance of tourists to take the services offered by them. However, most employees who has been treated unfairly rarely to present themselves for protection because they may consider this matter as a small matter and simply let this matter pass without gaining any right to any defense. Hence, they do not knowing the right channel to make complaint related the discrimination in the workplace. In Malaysia, there are several acts and organizations in order to protect the workers from any unjust treatment, such as Human and Resource Department, authority body involving human itself, which is the example of Women AIDS Organization WAO, National Council of Malaysian Women Organization NCWO, and Suhakam, which is Suruhanjaya Hak Asasi Manusia Malaysia. Next, I will explain about the factor of discrimination on gender in the workplace. First, discrimination of division of scope of work. Firstly, it is through the division of the scope of work given by the employer to their male and female employees. This is because the factor of skill, experience, and physical endurance of employees given to male employees the priority in holding the highest position in an organization, such as company manager, architect, engineer, and receive the highest wages compared to the female employees. In contrary, female employees who are only given the opportunity to hold position at the middle or bottom on management. The opportunity for women to prove their capability and abilities are quite limited because they do not get any opportunity from their employees. Discrimination of wages rate. Wages rate discrimination occurred due to the attitude of employees who differentiate the rate of payment through the quality of employment between male and female workers. Hence, employers might think that male workers deserve a higher salary than women because they do a lot of heavy works even if they are in the same position. Okay, how the sexual harassment is happen in the workplace? Sexual harassment that occurred in the workplace is due to the personality and the beauty of the woman employee itself. This is because a woman with an attractive personality, have a beautiful face and attractive body, sexy in dressing, and modern character will lead to sexual harassment against them because a man is more likely to attractive towards the woman like that. Besides, the influence of men workers who have the highest power in the organization is causing an immoral act like this happen by doing a sexual harassment or physical contact to women to satisfy their lust. Lastly, for the last part of my discussion is the impact of discrimination on genders, especially against women in the workplace. Okay, among the impacts toward discrimination against women occurred in the workplace are giving the sense of dissatisfaction. This is because women are often underestimated and do not given the opportunity to show their ability and feel challenged by the male employees and affect the productivity in the work environment. In addition, causing low self of motivation in performing works because they think that they are not valued in the organization and to their employees and do not deserve any opportunity regarding the promotion. In the term of economic development, if the level of dependence of a country only depend on through a certain race of or gender in the sources of manpower, it will not achieve because there is no level of balance in the productivity in generation. Lastly, it will giving impact to the loose concentration of works and interests, and they may leave their job. Because most of the victims with having the discrimination get a mental and emotional distress. However, this is a failure for an organization or corporation because of the sexual assault concern. They lose considerable expertise for their company. Lastly, the employer should curb this matter by preventing this sort of discrimination issues in the workplace. Therefore, to the involvement of the authorities, both of the parties should take action to curbing these issues. Thank you.